Okay.
This is one of the exploded lights inside it.
Okay, it doesn't matter how many you can count, but the important thing is how you can count, how you count differently.
I think too much. You're trying to out shout
how to make put the curriculum into our
it allows students to do more control over these things in the past rather than but I think yeah, no games for them. Student behavior, boredom,
Regular lashings.
regular lashings.
Let me get to the very first. What is that? Adjustment of lesson plans according to the classroom.
Covered it, that's okay. Students not wishing to learn. Yeah. Ambivalence. Student ambivalence.
What about interesting? INTRES.
Sorry.
What's the intestines?
Dirty. I'm very beautiful.
Thank you for your help. And for the last one.
I will just speak, but really need to write it down. Okay, what I thought first and foremost is with regards to implementing the curriculum, it should be more transparent and we should limit the redundant procedures. The curriculum seems to be extremely large with a whole lot of different procedures and a lot of them overlap. So like it's just highfalutin vocabulary that really doesn't have much meaning. So if you simplify the curriculum and you have more goals that stand out in your mind as a teacher, then you can follow it a lot easier. Parent participation. I believe that especially at a younger age, the students' parents should be more involved in the procedure because if students are utilizing the same language in authentic environments like at home, they're more likely to learn. If the whole family is learning together and they're all participating, the chances of them actually following through and reaching their goals as well. Anticipated problems based on the students' previous educational history. They arrive at Pattern 1 and they have quite vastly different levels. So that's something that perhaps a certain competency should need to be reached. Maybe stricter entrance requirements to a certain extent. Other problems, very socio-economic problems, I think.
Ideas of innovation. You're teaching, so you're really teaching us science, then you're picking up the language. Yeah, and all ideas to sort of disguise the English teaching. So you're specifically teaching English, they're picking up English automatically. Yeah, you're sneaking English into their brain. Yeah, great. Right, I'm done. Lots of authentic material to make sure that they This relates to the
Organization.
Okay, in our work, we have the cooperative learning. Sometimes it is called collaborative learning. The word alone says that there should be divided into groups. It could be or small groups, or they can be paired, or and then
Keep going. Keep going.
Anyway, I think it's important to bear in mind keeping the subject matter to real life experiences that the children can relate to. Things will become automatic. Grammar, vocabulary, organization will become an automatic thing for them rather than for them to have to search in their own mind what they're trying to say. Should be automatic.
Be only a facilitator should guide. So therefore, all the learning materials should be prepared ahead of time. Now during the activity, the students are doing the activity alone, and the teacher with this room around see the progress of the work. And after that, there should be an output. An output should either be written or it should either be oral or in any form. But the purpose of this is it should be interpreted into my students that the success of one is the success of all. So each one is in the confidence. And this is good actions for those slow learners to have a higher score. They are good students. And they are each other this kind of methodology. In the activity they are discussing. This is a matter of fear and teaching also at the same time. So it's not small to teach, it's just right. Just for the learners, the fast learners to teach the slow learners. So this is what we call as
where the students are allowed to think and then get a topic out, and then later discuss the topic with their group. And then another one is jigsaw. Jigsaw is similar to the teamwork system. This is also another teaching where individual are assigned.
The teacher asks a question that students haven't known before, right? And the student brainstorming in the group, and we use teamwork technique for and students got freedom to think and they find answer by themselves.
I'm doing English learning, so analyze it, and then
present the information,
steps before would be like general question. You can ask students to generate questions, or you can generate questions. Collection of answers to different students, different information sources. Observing, evaluation, analyzing those answers, and then coming to a conclusion. That will be discussed. Weak bands will be overwhelming of information. Too much information can create confusion in the students. Good bands can be development of thinking ability, development of social skills, development of observing and evaluating skills, deriving to the conclusion skills.
Okay, I'm doing project-based learning, PBL. Basically, the approach is PBL project. It's basically putting the students in charge of their own learning. Good thing about this, it improves communication, improves social skills, advances leadership skills, increases creativity. The students work together in solving real-world problems. It's good for both the environment of the school and the communities. It gives all the students basically the responsibility to carry their own weight as a team, which gives them that extra added lesson of responsibility. It's a very practical approach, hands-on, it's all of the students involved. emphasizes unity.
It creates an atmosphere of shared.
We are going to consider
Yeah. Use 3 bed ones, make one each and then put it on there and then put it up. So we're going to swim with 5 hours each.
makes it there.
Yes, with a rough Yeah, so you want to have and then you pick up the language automatically. So if you were interested in what was Michael Jackson, and you read about Michael Jackson, and then through that you pick up language, and the teacher would give them scouting ways to talk about it. So you give them a few sentences to talk about it, and you help them along the way. But it's sort of independent learning.
Reading first.
Independence.
Handwriting is worse than mine.
Yeah, it's terrible. It happened from university. It's terrible. As long as you can read it, that's all right.
Me? Right.
Yeah. Oh, Zaka, sorry.
The definition is only up to here.
Yeah. It's, we want to abbreviate it as much as possible, I think. Educational approach, yeah?
We should have a computer and do print.
It's handwriting.
Education.
It's ICT.
Approach.
Need to acquisition of
To...
You need to write acquisition of fancy word.
Right, if I do my reading knowledge,
You will be writing everything.
no, I don't write. My handwriting for it.
You will be the one to write everything.
Yeah, but it's my own.
If you will be the one to write, nobody will understand.
Good.
And me also, nobody will understand.
You need ruler.
Nature isn't symmetrical, is it?
Yeah, I know. You're swimming. Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, come on, we need to get doing that stuff. Otherwise we need to
Right? We can write the basic here.
Eddie was still there too. Remember Eddie? Anne is still in the library, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's
Early to finish our project.
Right. It's working on her There we go.
Yeah, steps.
I met him.
Don't forget the green. Are you using the same colour or are you not? We're using a different colour. You see, look, well, it's not finished yet, is it? So basically, the whole thing is that you've both got group things, so you're on the group side, and we're individual, because ours is both independent.
Hey, get off my tree!
Get drawing your thing! Right, I'm going to continue with mine then, shall I?
Then move it right here.
Context.
Right, I'm going to put it on.
One across that way. Can you put yours the opposite way to us?
No, what, you go, I'm drawing it like down like this, yeah.
No, we are going to, it's just which way you're going to put it.
Good idea. That's
Right.
Finished. Done.
Right.
And
We all know what your secretary is
we have something at the back.
Right.
Good idea.
I have a headache.
Okay.
Analyze EFS and Y. You're doing the leaves brown.
Expected outcome.
No, it's green outside. They're green leaves. Why did we get my leaves? We got permission.
I have to finish, Jeff.
He hasn't finished.
Yeah, you have not seen.
It will turn green down on it.
Do you have another green pen? It's autumn. Oh, it's autumnal. There, right, yeah, good.
We should have done those green lines.
Yeah, keep tweaking.
Oh, yeah?
See how well it's going.
Short time.
Okay, hold it.
You roll it. It's better if you roll it, yeah. Okay. How's this almost done?
Any space for one?
Okay, we can make a space.
Music. Okay. Nickname. Yeah, that's okay. Nickname. 1, 2, 3.
And then more.
You need more?
Yeah.
You can write start writing.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's more one.
We have eyes.
I couldn't think of anything else to put on there.
Complaining.
Our looks
Look at your pepper, so wrinkled.
That's the way they give it to us.
Is that recycled pepper?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We can't think buttons like some people. Look at that, he's trying to put some birds in, see some birds.
How about a mountain?
Can you like go to the ocean or something? Different landscape? Nothing.
You just got a tree, we've got a whole garden.
Look at this though. Content-based instruction focusing on the topic. It's smart, it's thought through. The leaves aren't so good, but that wasn't
It's just a banana.
Roger, it's the content that matters, not what's on it.
Yeah, it's the content that matters.
That's just the point.
The more the better. The more the better.
It's clever, you know, it's humorous.
You're humorized? Where's your humor?
I think you need to draw one woodpecker.
What do you think this is?
I thought that's a
I thought that was a duck. Vegetarian duck.
I don't know what it is. Robin. Toucan. Toucan. What about a toucan?
Oh, favoritism.
Mixed vegetable and fruit.
like kindergarten. Okay, we will start to explore these two maps. First, how about the content? Can you have slide?
Well, establishing vocabulary, the subject matter of what you're going to be doing, how it relates to if you're doing real life experience, which can in turn motivate the student. It's exciting, it's interesting, there's stimulation, you can relate to your own experience or a student's experience. You have to be flexible, you have to adapt to the situation to see where it's going and how you can add and make it better. Complex information, examples of situations in real life experience, which may lead to automatic discourse, speaking, where the student is able to understand and formulate sentences without really thinking about it. And afterwards, maybe midway through or afterwards, a comprehension check to see if they understand what the ideas are and what you're doing.
Thank you. Let's say that for content-based instruction, you may have two keywords. The first one is subject content, and then language focus. It depends if you teach subject in English, so you will you focus on content, subject content. But if you teach English and integrated content in any subject, you have to focus language focus too. Otherwise, you will teach subject not English. This is the notice point. And how about inquiry and project based?
Inquiry on project.
Inquiry. So for me, it's a says inquiry. It's question and answer. Objective is like getting information, observing and evaluating the information we get, sharing the information with others, and trying to come to a conclusion.
Yeah.
Steps we follow is like the generate questions. Maybe teachers can provide generate questions, or it is better for students to generate their questions by themselves. And then we collect the answer, ask different students, especially ask students to ask their colleagues for the student answers, and then come together, observe and evaluate the answers, analyze, and then come to a certain conclusion. Weak points: overwhelming of information, too much information, students can get confused. Good points: development of thinking ability, social skills, observing and evaluating skills, deriving to the conclusions, development of knowledge, and getting new information.
Yeah. Some similarity between inquiry and project-based. We follow the scientific process or scientific steps from specify the problem or problem statement, and then determine some hypothesis. And then you have to plan the study plan or how to looking for the answer. And then you work for the answer, maybe data collecting and analyzing and conclusion. The same process. But the difference here is if inquiry based, if there are no knowledge, maybe in book or in the text or any resource center. But for project-based, most of them unknown. Unknown both for the teacher and for the student. So they have to learn together and learn from each other. Yes, and for cooperative learning.
Cooperative learning here, in this method, the emphasis on organizing activities into academic and social learning experience. The main objective of this method is to complete tasks collectively to develop academic development. We have 5 steps. The first one is positive interdependence. Second, face-to-face promotive interaction. We assist each other. Third, individual and group accountability. 4, social skills. In this 4 social skills, we have subtopic like leadership, decision making, trust building, friendship development, communication, conflict management skills. And the 5th one is group processing. Here they focus mainly on clarifying and improving effectiveness. And we have some techniques. Some of them are think, hear, share. And the jigsaw 1, jigsaw 2, student team achievement division. Like individuals are graded on team's performance. And the last one is team game tournament. The advantage of this cooperative learning is output are usually used subsequently in a cooperative effort. And then one disadvantage is winning is relatively unimportant.
Thank you. The important thing is these 5 principles. Every techniques of cooperative learning should follow these 5 principles. The first one is positive interdependence. They have to lean on each other, and then face-to-face promotive, and individual, group, and accountability. So everyone have their own responsibility, and also responsible for the whole group, not only oneself. And then social skill and also group process. When you work in a group, you have to run the group process, like you have to determine the goals of working, planning, and then you have to give each one responsibility, and after that you follow the plan and check the plan or evaluate the plan. It doesn't matter if your work is good or bad, everyone will have to respond for it. So you can't refuse your responsibility. Okay, and then if we ask for the step 1,
with other students, because students inside the classroom tend to regionalize themselves, meaning to say they are distinct in one group only. But in the cooperative learning, especially if we do the random grouping, there will be a chance that they will be grouped in with other students, and this will they will come to discover, that person really is also good. So it's not only on the academic side, but it's more on the relationship with the students with the others.
Okay, very good comments. And you can see that in this afternoon, we work by using cooperative learning, which techniques?
Teamwork, cooperation.
We use this one. Jigsaw. Because you have your own topics, your own topic, and then share together like a jigsaw. So these kinds of activity will promote the student so many aspects: communicative skill, social skill, group working, and also thinking, especially when you conclude your content in a map.
And according to research, this cooperative learning is one of the best teaching approaches.
I think so. So it's quite popular. So if you can apply in your classroom, that would be better.
Okay, what did we do? What process did we go through? First of all, it was reading and comprehension of the subject matter, identifying Oh, you're writing at the same time. Okay, reading and comprehension of subject matter, identifying goals, our goal being to create an effective mind map, delegation and preparation, plan, do, check, and act. Number 2, what skills do we practice? The skills of reasoning, communication, social skills, time management, leadership, and being a conscientious team player. What did we feel whilst completing the task? Motivated within the team unit. Motivated within the team unit. Goal-orientated and driven for the team's successful outcomes. What did we learn from the process of making a mind map? That too much detail is not productive. The various concepts of mind mapping and reasons for utilizing them as a tool. The correct layout for a mind map. Keeping your mind map to the point. And the various new styles that mind maps can take.
Mark, could you do it again? We didn't understand.
Certainly, sir. Would you like it in French?
I would like to practice. It is the associated theory, associated between stimulus and response. And they have to practice more and more and more, like language drill or language practice, and then they will learn. Also, when they practice or when they do their activities, people should provide or should give some reinforcement, maybe feedback or maybe reward or maybe just compliment. And they can learn from social living, from maybe this kind of work for the universities, like a model or either people or either person. For me, I ask my student teachers to write about their idol teacher in the past, to motivate them to be a good teacher. But for cognitive, it will talk about how people will learn by thinking or by demonstration and teaching. There is
outside the classroom.
Outside the classroom, associated to the real world. And they can learn the ways of life, the ways of life.
Yes, there are subjects in that situation. They have physics, geometry, they have simple arithmetic.
It is an integrated lesson. So you can see that although the core topic is math, but they can integrate another strand or another subject into this lesson.
But in that situation, you should have a prior knowledge. For example, for the speed and distance in physics, they should have learned that first in the classroom, because without a prior knowledge, they cannot do it. And also with the fractions, they should have a prior knowledge. I think that is more on mathematics laboratory already, because in some other countries, they have a curriculum, the mathematics lecture, and then they have the mathematics laboratory, and usually the mathematics is double time as compared to the academics.
And what are the teachers who?
Is this a guy? Is a guy?
Okay, this is where I first try to make students feel free, relax. Sometimes they, when they come to school, they are put off, especially the kids. So I try to make them relax and comfortable as much as possible. Sometimes I do games, or sometimes I ask about the weekend holiday. What do you do on weekend? Okay. And then I straight away go to the lesson content, like number from 1 to 10, counting forward from 1 to 10, counting backward, matching and comparing. Sometimes I use pictures. And then finally I have the assessment. Like what we used to do, me and English is like sometimes we do play games, like the hangman. Yeah, and we also have quiz, test, and then finally we have the learning outcome. Now, so what the student learn from the class, and then not finally, sorry. Result.
Any suggestions from the group?
Well, those are just like throughout the unit, not every day, right?
Not every day. Sometimes I don't always play game. Like sometimes I can cut it off. Depends on the time. If I have enough time, I do the game. If not, I move to the next class.
For the lesson objective, the word understand is very broad. We can measure that. It's not a specific.
It's tricky a lesson, but I might as well a script for my lesson. Because I've got my lesson, my official lesson plans, and then the one I actually take into this side by side. So this is a reminder of what to be doing. So we start the class with talking about the adjectives and nouns, which we've covered before. And so it's basically got to recognise and be able to point out difference between an adjective and a noun, which they should be able to do quite easily. So that's the game on the board with pictures, and then you're running up the board and doing that. And then the present perfect, which again we've covered. Sorry. I can't read it. I have to read it. And then present perfect and present continuous, present simple we've done before. So again, we do a time frame game. This is more actually a skills lesson because we're focusing on listening, speaking, reading, writing, mostly speaking and listening. And so again, time frames on the board, headings, and they come up and then match them to pictures and the phrases. These are just pre-teach, so we go through again and matching descriptions of adjectives and nouns to the pictures, which we do around the class and on the board, with the students going up the board. Then we have present perfect, again, going through the definitions, matching definitions to the right tenses. We've got the CCQs and feedback, which is concept check questions. And so, yeah, just making sure they understand the concept by asking.
And then maybe parents may ask them some question about the text and they can answer. So this is the giving and telling, giving and asking for the information. So the function. When we teach language in the language class, you must think more about the skill, for this class, and the language function, and also the content of the language that you want to teach for. In this plan, we can see what is the content, but you don't show about the function. Yeah. And the skill is okay. Yeah. For the skill, we can conclude for skill.
Boy, this is more for me than you. Sorry about that.
Good morning, everyone. My lesson plan is for grade 3, week 1, and the topic is counting up to 100,000. Okay, in my learning objectives, I've got 3 types. Number 1 and number 2 is the cognitive domain. Count from 1 to 100,000 by ones, then by tens, by hundreds and thousands. Then in number 2, that is still a cognitive domain, express numbers that exceeding 100,000 in numerals and in words. The number 3 is the affective domain that appreciate the importance of counting in real life. And number 4, write the number as dictated by the teacher, and this is the psychomotor domain. Now the instructional procedure is, I have here, actually over there are the materials on the right side. I need the markers for the students, A4 for the students also. Then additional worksheets, textbooks and workbooks for the assessment. Now the instructional procedure, I have here letter A, I have the 3 P's. For letter A, I have preparation. So I have the self-introduction because that is the first week of the school year. And then policies and rules in mathematics class, and I have to make the house rules clear to the students so that there will be peace and order.
They'll be able to say, what is a living or non-living thing with their vocabulary. That's here. The materials is for a 50-minute class. The materials is the textbook, a variety of pictures to compare. Sometimes I draw them on the board because I'm a really bad artist, so maybe the students will remember a bad picture over a normal picture. So I'll present and explain the vocabulary and make sure that they can pronounce all the words and just be able to tell if the students actually know what a living thing is or non-living thing. Show the pictures for the students to identify and show actions for the vocabulary: breathe, grow, eat, move. And then a guided practice, the students will look at the match the living and non-living thing. I'll ask each student to give their own example of a living thing, something that they can think of on their own. Our topic on homeopathic medicine for grade 5 over a 2-week period or 6 classes. Our objectives would be students can identify the source, preparation, and application of homeopathic remedies. Students can conduct analysis and relief of common ailments, and students will relate positively to real life situations. Our content would be homeopathic medicine and common ailments and identification. Procedure. So first, you would start by asking the class if they know of any common ailments, so we start by identifying common ailments. Our second step would be choosing groups, and they would pick from the list of ailments that we've already come up with and choose one, so maybe 3 or 4 groups. 3 is accumulating background knowledge, so I guess deciding whether the students know anything about remedies from their parents or from doctors or friends or just running around the woods. Yeah. Number 4, we want to incorporate some kind of functional English. So whenever they're speaking about or presenting their project, they can speak properly. 5, we would set the expectations and criteria expected of them. 6 would be the presentation, and 7 is the evaluation. They get a chance to rewrite this one. So it's a little messy. Okay, materials and resources. Materials, we would want poster board and any kinds of materials used for the presentation. The materials that they would need to actually show us to how to make it and apply the remedy. And for the fun's sake, just like a doctor's jacket.
Doctor's jacket.
Yeah. A lab coat, that's what it's called. The resources would be the library, hopefully, internet, maybe their parents to get them involved in the project. If their parents already know certain ones, that would be helpful. And maybe the teachers around the school, like science teacher or English teachers. And then our evaluation, we hope we do all of them together. So we would set up like a doctor's office setting where they would set up their stations and you would go and they would say, if you got like a stomach ache, you go here and they would tell you what common remedies. You could try to identify it and tell you what's wrong. And then we do an analytic rubric, so we have certain individual criteria. And then question and answer. So obviously the teacher would go around to each station and ask the group the questions, and hopefully they answer. Choosing groups, yes?
Yes,
we would divide into
groups and one problem each.
Okay. Yeah.
Daddy, what do you ask about dengue?
Sorry, dengue? I guess we could have some rehydrate packets. Yeah, an IV. I don't know if you can get that. I don't know. Any other questions?
How are they going to collect their data?
Internet, books,
Yeah,
libraries, obviously teachers, parents.
Yeah, so we said, I would hope that like parents and library would hopefully be the requirements, because a lot of people that I've met here kind of know already like the plants or home remedies that would be good for certain rashes or headaches here.
Yes, speakers.
Yes, speakers.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Or maybe they
Find
can
a
go
doctor.
to medical clinics or hospitals and there's no one.
Day trips.
A day trip?
Day trip to Christian.
Yeah. If we could organize that.
But also in the
Yeah.
Chinese medicine.
yeah, go to Chinese medicine.
Any questions? Apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Doctors. Medical doctors.
The other half of
I mean, obviously with some refining, is it a good idea?
Yeah.
Could you see it working? Or?
Yeah, that's what we want. Feedbacks. Okay?
Yeah.
Give us feedback. Okay, it's not perfect, but
Yeah.
do you think it's still good?
Yeah, if
We're trying to look at like the topic and then the final product. See if it's
it might be more to do with, maybe we should be more open for elements